Well, I'll talk to you about my office because there's a saying among state treasurers, and it's kind of funny to think that we have a saying, but we do. And the saying is, if you've seen one state treasurer's office, you've seen one state treasurer's office. It's because there's a lot of variety. They all have similarities. Obviously, they all touch on money. Most of them do something with investments. So there's just a variety of ways that those skills are used. In Kentucky, I always describe myself as the watchdog of taxpayer dollars. And I'm actually an attorney by background. So I like to emphasize that part because I say that whatever comes out of my office is in line with the Constitution, in line with the law, that it's correct. So it's not just a bookkeeping role, it actually has an aggressive oversight role as well. So back in the background of everything I do, I'm that watchdog of taxpayer dollars. Everything I do deals with money in some way. I deal with our banking relationship. I deal with the IRS. I'm the point person for those entities, and I also do deal with our investments. I sit on our teachers' retirement system, and it is a board. Most of these are actually run by boards. I chair the State Investment Commission, which does our cash management, our debt management, a variety of other things like that. And I've been a big proponent of financial literacy, so I brought that to this office that did not exist prior to me being treasurer. And then one of my favorite things to talk about, and I'm going to mention this because this is true in a lot of treasurer's offices. So if you know this, you want to check this in your own state. I'm in charge of what's called unclaimed property in Kentucky. And it's basically a statewide lost and found. Most states have these. Most states have them run by the treasurer's office, and this is worth you checking on. Whoever is listening to this, you may have some money that you don't know about, and it is a great thing to talk about at Thanksgiving or parties. It's a neat way to be able to make yourself memorable to people because you may find somebody some money. So we actually are part of a national database called missingmoney.com. You can go to our website and see if you've got Kentucky money, but if you check missingmoney.com, that's a bunch of states put together. And you can see if you've lost money in Florida or your home state or wherever. And my job is to get people their property back. It's a privilege to do it. I love doing it. I'm a big believer in property rights. Some states are more interested in keeping that money because they can utilize it while it's in the state coffers. But it's been my guidance, my motivation on it is that I've always tried to get the money back. So I've returned more money than any other treasurer in Kentucky history. I've returned about $146 million. So that's a fun piece of trivia that a lot of people don't know about treasurer's offices, but it's true for most of them. It's definitely true for mine. So that's kind of a quick gambit of what I do. There's a few other things of interest. I run a program called Stable Kentucky, and they're ABLE accounts. They're savings and investment accounts for people with disabilities. And that's something that I brought on while I was treasurer, and a few other things here and there we can talk about. I'm also a big believer in transparency, and I launched a transparency website so people could see where their money is going. Coming from the financial sector, actually was a bankruptcy attorney before being treasurer. I realized how important it is. You can't make good financial decisions unless you know where your money is going. And that's true at the state level, not just in the individual level or business level. So that was one of the things that I pushed for when I came into office. So that's a quick overview of things that are happening in the Kentucky State Treasury. There's some similarities in other states, but you know that's what's happening here.